Hey y'all, come on in here. All right, let me launch our live on Instagram as well. We are talking all about, excuse me, some business tips that you need to know. Today my eyes are kind of feeling funny, so I'm gonna put on my UV glasses. But I got these are my UV glasses, so that when I'm looking at my computer on my phone, it's not wearing my eyes down. Because I stayed up pretty late on my computer last night, like doing some work, and my eyes feel funny today. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna put our glasses on. Protect these eyes, honey. So I've been getting a lot of questions in my DMs about forming your business, just really some of the core principles of a business. So I'm like, let's talk about it. All right, I am pinning my comment. Sometimes coming up with the title is like the hardest part. Thank you so much, Matiko. Yes, I'm so excited that you are in here live. Empress of Ja, hey Chase, hey Nakia, hey Wanda. Yeah, that's the hardest part about going live is trying to figure out what I'm gonna call it. Because I just want to go live, but you have to put a title. So, all right, here we go. Let me just make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to do here on Instagram. Okay. All right. Hey. So, we are going to be talking about, hey y'all, come on in here. We are going to be talking about some real business foundation things, okay? As you guys are coming in, I want you to comment day one in the chats because it is day one of making your goals happen, getting you to where you need to go, getting the funding. Like I always tell you guys, every day that I go live, today is a new day and opportunity. It is day one. So whatever happened or didn't happen yesterday, let it go. Today is day one. We are in it, okay? Oh, that's a good question, Empress of Ja. So let's talk about that. So, hey, y'all. Yes, comment day one in the chat, day one in the chat. We are going forward. Today is the first day of, the rest of your life. Today is the day to make these business goals happen. Today is the day to set your intention. Today is day one. Every single day is a new, wonderful, amazing opportunity to make things happen. And God woke you up today. So baby, let's wake up these dreams. Let's wake up this ambition. Okay, let's wake up this work. Okay. That's how I be feeling in the morning. I really do. Because I'm like, I've gone through so much in my life. And we don't talk a lot about depression and mental health in our communities, but it's a very real thing, right? If you're anyone in here who's ever just had those days where you just don't feel it, that's a real thing. And especially as an entrepreneur or someone who wants to have more in your life, you want to start a business, it's a hard path. So having come out of those days, right? Every single day, if God gave me the opportunity to open my eyes and take a breath, we turning up, okay? We are turning up in the good way. Like we are turning up on our goals. We are turning up on our ambition. We are smiling a little bit more as much as we can. There's something to be grateful for. So yes, I want you guys to start dropping your questions. Me too, Nakia. The winter is harder. And that's because, especially as melanated people, y'all, we need the sun. As melanated people, the sun directly contributes to our health and happiness because we're melanated. And this is just science. That's why our non-melanated counterparts, right? Our non-melanated counterparts, they don't necessarily have that same relationship with sun, right? Because they don't necessarily need it the way that we do because they don't have melanin. So this is why we see much different behavior patterns in our non-melanated counterparts than you do for us, right? So you gotta pay attention to these things. You gotta pay attention to these things. All right, I'm pinning my comment. You know, I always call them non-melanated counterparts. All right, boom. So let's talk about a few things. First things first, right? It's 2024. Many of you guys already have a business. Some of you are still thinking about starting a business. And others, you have an LLC and you're considering creating another LLC this year. So there's a few things that I want us to go over. First and foremost, when it comes to your LLC, there's a few rules you want to abide by, okay? This is going to help you when it comes to securing funding. These rules are going to help you when it comes to paying less in taxes. These rules are going to help you just overall with the organization and management of your business. So I saw a question in my DMs that said, you know, I want to start a business, but I'm having trouble thinking of the name. And I'm just going to put my phone on D&D real quick. So I want to start a business, but I'm having trouble thinking of the name. What I want you guys to understand here is that your business name should be something that is as generic as possible, okay? Now follow me on this train right here. The reason why is because you have to think about it this way. Before anything, your LLC is a vehicle to protect your assets and to limit your liability, okay? So why were LLCs created, right? Why do we have them? When you have a business, you have an LLC in order to protect your liability or limit your liability as a business owner. In addition to that, you have an LLC in order to protect your identity, okay? So when you form your LLC, this is why you're not putting your home address. This is why you're not putting your actual phone number. And this is why a lot of the time you're adding someone else as a registered agent or you're adding a company as a registered agent because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where if someone goes to look up the name of your business, they can find your name, your phone number, your address, all your business. That makes it super easy for, number one, someone to sue you if they wanted to, or just someone to have negative ill intentions and send you scam mail about your business, okay? So your LLC is there to protect your identity and is there to limit your liability. So with those things considered, your actual LLC name does not have to be the name in which you operate publicly, right? So you guys know me as Ellie Talks Money. You go to all my websites, you're going to see Ellie Talks Money, but that is not the name of my LLC, nor will it ever be the name of my LLCs or plural LLCs, because I'm not going to expose myself in that way, right? So your name of your LLC can definitely be something as generic as, you know, your last name, Enterprises, such and such business management, such and such consulting services. That's how mine is set up. It's my name, consulting services, right? Excuse me. It can be something like that. And then what you're going to do is get a DBA, okay? Comment DBA in the chat, doing business as. So the name that you have on your business entity is generic, right? You don't necessarily want it to have keywords like trucking, real estate, cash. Those are high risk industries. As much as we love real estate, as much as we love car rental service, if you go to the NAICS list, and I'm going to pull it up right now, and your NAICS code, we'll talk about that in a second. But when you go to look up what are the high risk industries, real estate, trucking, car rentals, vending machines, ATM machines, jewelry businesses, car dealerships, all of these are considered high risk businesses. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to open these businesses. No, you can absolutely operate those businesses. But what you have to pay attention to is when you're going to go and secure funding, when you want to work with a lender, do not give the company any additional reason to judge your business by the fact that you have Ashley's real estate all up in the title. Because it is proven that if a credit card company or a lending company can see or know that your business is a real estate business, they're going to give you less or they're going to raise your interest rate because they consider it to be high risk. This is just a fact. You can look up these statistics yourself. You know, I always look up statistics, okay? Same with trucking. Same with trucking, right? So let me just turn my camera and show you guys. So here is the list of NAICS NAICS codes, excuse me, and that is the code. Every single business type has an NAICS code. So high risk, cash intensive NAICS industries, these are all high risk entities. Game retailers, garden centers, vending machine operators, souvenir retailers, cafeterias, parking lots, travel agencies, like I said, car dealers, trucking companies, lending companies, etc. And then YouTube, I'm going to show you guys the list too, just so you can see. So this is the list of all the NAICS high risk businesses. Okay, so it lists them out to you and all the codes. Now, again, this doesn't mean that you're not going to open a garden store if you want to open a garden store, or you're not going to open a parking lot if you want to open a parking lot. You can still have a high risk business, but what you have to keep in mind is how you present the business, okay? So you want to ensure that your business name is as generic as possible. You also want to ensure that you have insurance, okay? One of the things that's going to help you when applying for funding, even if you are in an industry that is higher risk, like vending machines, like real estate, like all these other ones that you have here, is to make sure that you have general liability insurance. Thank you, Bankroll. You want to have general liability insurance. I want you guys to comment yes or no if you have insurance right now. Business insurance. Comment yes or no in the chat. No right or wrong answer, but you know, as your business coach / internet business bestie auntie, I got to make sure that you guys are good to go. Okay, so I see a couple no's. I see maybe like insurance probably isn't the sexiest thing to talk about, which is why we don't see a whole bunch of reels on it and etc. But right, that's what it said. She said most people don't know we need it, which is so true. It's not something that's talked about, right? But this is why with my platform, and those of you who have been following me for a while, I always want to make sure you know all the elements of what you need to run a successful business. So let me tell you guys how business insurance can really help you to not only be protected in business, but also help you to secure more funding. Okay, so every single business needs a general liability policy, and you can get this from Next Insurance. Is one company, and that's Next, N-E-X-T, N-E-X-T, Next. Next Insurance is where you can get one. Generally, for $1 million general liability policy for your business, you're probably going to pay, I don't know, maybe anywhere between $10 to $20 a month. It just depends. But my general liability policy is about $19 a month. So it's really not very expensive. Now, if you have a physical location where people are walking into your space, where there's a risk that they could fall down, they could bump their head, your general liability policy may be a little bit higher, but I've not seen a policy that's more than $50 to $100 a month, okay? So this is not a huge thing. Now, that general liability policy is going to come into play because of the fact that your insurance will protect you in the event of theft, in the event of loss of merchandise, like your inventory, in the event of if you have a higher risk business like real estate and something occurs. So the reason this is going to be an asset to you when you want to get funding is that lenders, remember, are a little bit hesitant to lend to higher risk businesses because they think that you're going to go out of business and you're not going to pay your loan back. But when you give your general liability insurance as collateral, I want everyone to comment the word collateral. Comment the word collateral. So having your general liability or business insurance policy gives you the opportunity when you're applying for personal loans or any type of anything that is just in your own name, you can also use your life insurance as collateral, okay? So back to the business insurance. Every single one of you need a general liability policy to protect yourself. If somebody buys your shea butter and they're like, oh, my skin is itching now, and they decide they want to take you to court, your general liability policy is going to protect you. You do not want to wait until someone already has the smoke and is trying to take you to court to then try to get a policy and to then try to get a lawyer. Get your insurance now so you can have it to do collateral, to have collateral on loans and funding that you apply in business. And you are in the space of consulting, coaching, you sell digital products, you don't necessarily sell something physical. You need professional liability insurance. Professional liability insurance. So the difference between general liability and professional, general liability is just as it sounds, right? It's going to cover you for everything, right? Someone falls down in your shop, pretty stolen, somebody doesn't like the cookies that you sold, whatever the case is, okay? Now, professional liability is where people get caught up because look at us now. We're in a social media era, right? A lot of people are content creators. A lot of people are coaches, consultants. A lot of people are, just on the internet giving advice about any type of thing. And professional liability is going to protect you. Let's say you give, somebody some advice about yoga. And you're telling them, do your yoga, you sell virtual classes about yoga. Hey, beautiful, we're talking about your business foundation and how you need to set up your business properly to get funding. And specifically right now, we're talking about insurance, business insurance, and how you can use it as collateral. So, let's say you're teaching somebody about yoga. You're like, you need to do more stretching, and they buy your digital product. They do some yoga, and now, boom, they tore their hamstring. And they go to the doctor, they get a lawyer, and they say, I took this lady's course. She told me to do this stretch, and now I can't walk. I tore my hamstring. If you have a large following, even if you don't, right? But if you are making money from this product, any smart lawyer is going to say, oh, well, let's see if we can get your money back and then some for emotional damage and etc. Professional liability insurance is going to protect you in the case of you giving advice. If what you sell is something digital or something that cannot be physically held, it is going to protect you in case someone takes your advice and this is at no fault of your own, but something happens to them, right? If someone takes my advice and they are successfully able to secure $100,000 loan, but then they don't pay back the loan, and now, the lending company is after them, I have professional liability insurance to protect me just in case, okay? So this is also something you want to have. And it is specifically another way you can have collateral, because when you are applying for funding as a coach, as a consultant, as a creator, right? You've got to understand that lenders mostly look at businesses as you have a product that you sell to people. Nowadays, with the, incoming of digital products in these last 3 to 4 years, and of coaches and creators and speakers and etc., businesses looks a little bit different. You can have a very successful business and you don't sell anything via the mail. Okay. You don't sell anything packaged up. So you're skeptical or asks you some additional questions, as in, how do you plan to protect your business? What measures do you have in place, if it comes to a liability issue in your business? Boom, you have this professional liability policy that says, hey, I have $1 million in coverage, so if anything does go awry, my business is going to be taken care of. Okay, drop a gem in the chat if that's making sense. So you definitely need general liability. I recommend professional liability, especially if any element of your business is or providing advice, if you sell insurance, anything that is not physically tangible. All right. So another place you can get professional liability and general liability is the Hartford. You guys have probably heard of the Hartford because they also do car insurance. I've been with the Hartford for years. Good policy. Okay. Good policy. Because what you're not gonna do is, start this business and not have all the tools to keep it protected properly. We don't want this, right? Mind you, your insurance premiums are a tax write-off. Okay, so this is all a business expense that you can write off, and it's worth it for your business, because having those for $100,000 business loan and you getting approved for $100,000 business loan. Okay. Now, with certain policies, depending on your company, you can add on certain right. Insurance company will cover the debt. That's exactly what lenders are going to be asking you about. And so by the fact that you have that gives peace of mind that you can pay it, and it gives you the peace of mind too, because we know that happen, right? So of course we wish your business to make less money, but if there comes a point where something's going on and you've got to make sure these debts are paid so they don't come after you personally, that's what your insurance is for. Okay, that's high risk businesses. Okay, so what your LLC is there to protect your liability, and is also there to protect your identity. So choosing a generic business name is just the perfect option. And name is currently as their Instagram handle. I'd be like, girl, if you don't get that out of here right now, change that. Girl, talk about what's one that I've seen? Talking about LLC or Lux Cosmetics LLC or Skin Beauty LLC. Like, girl, take the LLC off. Take the LLC off. Stop that. Don't stop putting LLC in your business names, in your handles, and your emails, and your website. Stop doing that. Let's leave that in 2023. Let's leave that in yesterday. Okay? We're not doing that anymore. Take the LLC off. Take it off. Take it off. All right. You should have a generic business name. Okay. And also make sure any one of you who have an LLC right now, I need you to double check that you don't have your home address on your entity registration. You should not have your personal phone number on your entity registration. What you should have instead is a virtual address and a virtual business phone number if you don't have a separate business line, okay? Remember, you can always get a virtual business phone number from Google Voice for free or for $10 a month. And you can also get a virtual address from lots of places, but a couple of my favorites are iPostal1 and what's the other one that I always recommend? InkFile. INC file, okay? iPostal1 InkFile for a virtual address and get a virtual business number from Google Voice, okay? This just, again, protects your information, but is applying for funding. If you're using your personal address, your personal phone number on your application for the loan, you're giving the lender the impression that this is not a real business, that maybe it's just a hobby or maybe it's just a startup. One thing you guys have to realize is one of the main reasons that some businesses are denied funding for LLC, if you have your personal phone number, if you have your personal address, or even if you want to change the name of your LLC, there's a few steps you can take. First, you're going to file a new statement of information. Your statement of information you file with your Secretary of State, okay? You can do it online. You can call your Secretary of State. It costs maybe $20 to $30 to file a new statement of information, okay? If your address changed, if you want to change your address because your personal address is there, you want to update your business name, you file a statement of information, okay? You file a statement of information. Now, additionally, when you want to change your business name, you can also do it with the IRS, and it's a very easy form online. It's a very easy form online. You just file it with your current tax year. You update your business name, okay? When you update your business name, you do not have to change your EIN. Just making sure you guys know all these things. You don't have to get a new EIN just because you change the name of your business or the address of your business, okay? You can still keep that the same, all right? You only need a new EIN if you're forming a completely new business, okay? So, statement of information. Make sure you have a virtual business address. Don't use your personal address. Make sure you have a phone number, business phone number, instead of you using your personal number. And that website was InkFile. And that's where you can form your LLC. That's also where you can get a virtual address. So now there's something I want us to touch on because I got another question and I even saw it at the beginning of this live. And I also got this in my DMs, but about forming your LLCs in other states. Okay. So some of you might live in states where you pay a high LLC formation fee. You might live in a state where your entity yearly fee is high. For example, California is the ghetto, okay? $800 a year, state income taxes, it doesn't cost that much to form the LLC. It's only like $100. But, you got to pay $800 a year no matter what. California has some of the highest taxes, period. Texas is great because there's no, state taxes, but it costs $300 to form your LLC. New York is one of the most complicated places to form an LLC. It's like $500, I think, and you have to post something in the newspaper. Ridiculous. But the two most popular states where most companies and corporations are formed. I want you guys to take a guess in the chat. That's way too much. Comment what state, what's one of the most popular states where you believe most businesses are formed? Most businesses and corporations. Just take a guess. All right, I see some of you guys commenting. Florida. Y'all been knowing. I see Delaware. I see, yes, North Carolina. Y'all are right. So Delaware is number one, then Wyoming, then Nevada. Okay. Delaware, Wyoming, and Nevada. These are the top states for forming out of state entities, as in people who live in all different parts of the country form their LLCs in Delaware, Wyoming, or Nevada. Now let's talk about Delaware really quick. I don't know if you got suits, okay, but I like to read and get information. And so you guys should know that Elon, basically they just recently decided in a Delaware court of law that he was paying himself way too much in salaries and that it was pretty shady. So he's probably going to have to back pay some money. But the reason why the judgment and the court, Apple is there, Disney is there, like most corporations, if the entire entity is not formed in Delaware, a portion of it is. So even me as a business owner, I told y'all California is very ghetto. I no longer form or operate business entities in California. I form my businesses in Delaware. All right, so let's talk about how and why you should form businesses out of state and when it makes sense for you. Okay, now having your business entity in Delaware makes a lot of sense if you are in a state, again, that has high entity fees, high taxes, etc. It also makes a lot of sense if you want to have a degree of anonymity with your businesses, specifically if you want to get into real estate and being a landlord. One of the main reasons why Delaware and Wyoming are popular for forming entities there is that your information beyond the business name, nothing else can really be seen by someone who goes to look it up, right? So they're going to see the name of the business, when it was formed, but that's pretty much it. Okay, so there's a lot of anonymity, and that's why a lot of real estate people will choose Wyoming or Delaware as an option to form their LLC, because if you're a landlord, you don't necessarily want your tenants being able to have access to the name or the information of the entity that owns the home, because you don't want problems. Okay, so those are a couple of reasons. Now, additionally, when it comes to forming out of state, I started my businesses in California. I didn't move to Delaware until maybe a year or a year and a half after starting in California. And that's because I realized that, good question, Duran, I'm going to answer that right now. That's because I realized that I was going to pay way too much. You still have to file a foreign entity registration, okay? YouTube, let me repeat this. Even if you form your entity out of state in Delaware or Wyoming, right? But you live and operate your business in Texas or Florida or California, you still have to file a foreign entity registration in the state that you live, okay? So what that looks like, entity is approved, you're going to form or file a foreign entity registration form in your state, which basically says, hey, hello, my LLC is based in Delaware, but I live here and I do have customers here. So I basically want you to know that even though I have an LLC in Delaware, I'm operating here. I just need you to recognize me as a foreign entity. Okay, that's what you're saying. And you're going to go ahead and file that. California is going to take note, or whatever state you're in is going to take note, and you go from there. So that's an important thing that you want to understand, is depending on what type of business you operate. Like if you sell products or you do coaching or you have a physical location in the state that you're in, even if your LLC is owned by Delaware, thank you, Shamir. That is so nice. Even if your LLC is owned by Delaware or Wyoming or etc., you still have to let the state that you're in know that you're operating a business here in that state. Okay. And that's going to be to protect you at the end of the day, because you certainly don't want anything to go down. And then all of a sudden, Georgia is like, we didn't even know you were here. So what you want us to do? Okay. I'm sorry about that, Love Annie. That seems very uncomfortable. I'm going to go ahead and just pull you up out of here. Okay, so drop a gem in the chat if that's making sense. That's why it's important to still be registered, okay? Now, you're going to want to talk to a CPA about this, because depending on your type of business will affect what type of taxes you pay and etc. But generally, your sales tax for products that you sell in your state is what you're going to pay to that state. So if you sold, $1,000 worth of products to Georgia customers, I don't know if Georgia has state taxes, but you're going to pay taxes on what you sold to those Georgia customers. Versus if your whole business is formed in Georgia and Georgia has state taxes, you're paying taxes on everything your business made. Are y'all picking up the difference there? So it can absolutely save you so much money by strategically choosing a different state for your business entity formation based on your home state, what type of rules they have going on. Okay. Now, someone asked about, if you get sued, do you have to go to the Delaware to fight the lawsuit? I believe that generally you only need to show up in a Delaware court if you have a corporation or a very large entity like Tesla. Most of the time, if someone decides to sue you because they don't like your product, or, they had an allergic reaction, that is something that you can, nowadays with Zoom, you can typically have a mediation with your lawyer and their lawyer on a Zoom call. Okay. Typically going into court is going to be for damages in the amounts of hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Okay. Now, if it was to ever get that serious, which Lord have mercy, I don't wish that on any of us, then yes, you would appear in court in that state. But here's the great thing about Delaware. Now, in this case, Tesla lost. But the reason why a lot of business entities form in Delaware is notoriously famous for being business friendly. Okay. So they always side with businesses for the most part, right? This is why Amazon basically doesn't get in trouble for paying almost $0 in taxes. This is why corporations get these huge, incredibly huge tax breaks. This is why pharma companies have these billions of dollars in profits and can basically charge, thousands of dollars for EpiPens, because when they're sued, most of them handle their court cases in Delaware, and Delaware is generally business friendly, so they're allowed to keep doing what they're doing. Now, I don't agree with these, a lot of these billion-dollar corporations being able to just keep making billions, but this is America. And we already know what we're dealing with. This is America. So this is America. Like, that's what they do. They want to make money. Pharma companies don't give a F about anybody. They really don't want you to be healthy. All they want is for you to pay however many thousands of dollars for your EpiPen and keep it pushing. So I have learned since going into business, I'm like, you know what? There's no use or energy in me being upset about this, because don't hate the player. learn how to play the game. I want you guys to comment play the game in the chat. Comment play the game in the chat. Thank you so much, Alice. Exactly. Stakeholders want that back. I mean, play the game. That's what I realized. You know, I grew up pretty radical. Y'all know I studied politics, African American studies. Like, I think if I wasn't a business owner, I'd probably have gone into public policy because I'm really about that life. You know, and I always used to believe like, oh, you know, wealthy people, they're just so anti, you know, everything. They want low taxes. Da, 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 da. And, you know, I still keep a lot of those beliefs. But now as a business owner and seeing it from both sides, the people who pay no taxes, the corporations who get all these tax write-offs, they are literally using the system according to the way the system was designed to be used. And we have been left out of the inner circle, if you will, in regards to understanding how tax write-offs work, in regards to understanding about how to get business funding, in regards to strategically forming your business entities in different states. We've been left out of the strategies around trust funds and how you can literally use trust funds to make your money go away legally, right? We've just been left out of the conversation. So it's why there is a lot of this anger and frustration from minority communities feeling like it's not fair. And, you know, a part of it isn't fair because we're not being taught it, but this is why I do what I do. Because I'm like, as soon as we learn it, and then we can start playing the game the way that they're playing the game. That's it. We just need to learn the rules so we can do exactly what they're doing. That's it. I'm not angry about it anymore. I realize that, you know what? If I stay in that place of being mad and frustrated, oh, why is this person or this company or this whatever able to literally skate their way around? I just say, you know what? Okay, let me go learn how to do it because there's obviously a way. There's obviously a way. There's a reason why almost 83% of all businesses in America are formed in Delaware. There's a reason. There's a reason why business credit was created. There's a reason why holding companies and trust funds exist. The Rockefellers literally created the system of trust funds just to protect their wealth and make themselves wealthier. Life insurance was literally created to put insurance on Black bodies when we were slaves so that white people could get richer and richer and richer and borrow against their policies and just do all these things. Listen, I don't know if you guys were in my live the other day, but I need to read this to you, okay? So this is my book, What Would the Rockefellers Do? Okay? I'm just going to read you this excerpt really quick. The subtitle of this is How the Wealthy Get and Stay That Way and How You Can Too, okay? Now, this book is literally created and it studies exactly the strategies of what the Rockefellers have done to continue passing down billions and billions and billions in assets yearly, like, you know, to all their generation, okay? Now, I just want you to pay attention to something really quick. Now, one thing that we're going to do in the challenge, the financial freedom challenge that's coming up in 11 days, okay? On one of the days, you're going to learn all about trust funds and how to set up trust funds for your family, okay? Because I'm all about that. I want to make sure that every single one of y'all have a trust fund, okay? Because this is how you're really going to build wealth. But let me just read this to you. Okay. All right. You can set up a trust that allows any descendant to use that money for an entrepreneurial program, a mastermind program, a college education, for example. In order to access money, they would write a plan to the board of the trust saying, I'd like to go to this college and it costs this much money, and I'd like to borrow that money from the trust. In essence, it is a family bank. Okay. The trust allows this loan due to the investment in education, the expansion of the individual's ability to create value and earn a living, but it is imperative for that individual to have a cash flow life insurance policy that protects the trust. Okay, watch this. As soon as a beneficiary of the trust is born, the trust takes out a life insurance policy for the maximum amount of insurance that the company will offer. That way, if the borrower never pays the money back, it is not detrimental to the survival of the trust. They have restrictions on how much they can borrow, and if they are not able to pay it back in full, the trust will be made whole again by the life insurance. And if or when they do pay it back, the interest on that loan is not getting paid back. Are y'all really picking up what I'm putting down right now? Comment family bank in the chat, because this was just 2 paragraphs. That's why I stopped being mad. I just said, okay, I'm not going to be mad at the fact that these families are passing down this wealth in enormous numbers. You know, what we can be mad about is the fact that our ancestors were never given the opportunity to have trust funds, to keep their land, right? That's a fact. It's a historical shamble. We definitely deserve, what's the word? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Reparations. We do. But am I going to wait on the government to give those reparations? This is what the Rockefellers do. Great book. Got to read it. We might have to start a book club on this book, y'all, okay? Let me know if you guys would like to do that. But yeah, am I going to wait on the government to give these reparations? No, ma'am. No, what we're going to do collectively, okay, all 300 of us, YouTube and Instagram, we're going to get this money. We're going to form these businesses. We're going to get this funding. We're going to apply what I teach you guys about creating passive income. We're going to get these trust funds. We're going to invest in the stock market. I'm not waiting on the government to give me some reparations that I know they don't want to give. I know they don't want to do it. So why would I wait on you? What I'm going to do is take myself, teach my community, okay, study books like these, get insurance, get a trust, form multiple businesses, which each have their own business credit profile, secure funding, leverage that funding to buy assets, get real estate, put those assets in a trust, make them go away, open up offshore bank accounts and offshore trusts so you have no idea what my net worth is. I'm going to do all the things, and we're going to do it together. Comment ready in the chat if you're ready. Comment ready in the chat if you're ready, because don't get mad, get even. Don't get mad, get even. That's the way I look at it, hun. Don't get mad, get even. Don't get mad, get even. So that's exactly why. This is what the Rockefellers do. That's exactly why I'm hosting this Financial Freedom Summit in 11 days. Y'all have to get your seats before it's sold out, because I'm very grateful for having gone from starting my business with a $1,200 stimulus check, being on EBT in 2020, to now having a multiple seven-figure business. You guys know I have 4 children. This is my first child with my husband and his first child. But excuse me, this is the first time that I've been expecting a child and not worried about financial stress. This is the first time that I am able to really say, I'm ready for this baby. You know, God has blessed me with financial freedom, and I'm so grateful. Like, I remember days not knowing how we were going to get groceries. I remember waiting for my EBT card to get refilled. So when I'm talking to you guys about these things, I really need you to know that no one in my family has these things. I've taken it upon myself to make sure that we all do now. So when I'm taking you guys on this journey with me, if I can do it, you can absolutely do it. And that is why I created this summit. That is why financial freedom is our theme this year. That is why we're going to spend these 5 days together to really give you the knowledge and education so that you can do the same thing. Because again, don't get mad, get even. We're just going to execute on the strategies. They're already doing it. So now it's your time to execute. Now it's your time to make money online. Now it's your time to secure funding. Now it's your time to take that funding and turn it into passive income. That's what you're going to do so that by the end of this year, you're making more money, you have more income streams, you're hitting 6-figure months, your business is on its way to 7 figures or passing 7 figures. I need you all to know that this is possible for you. If I can go from starting a business with a $1,200 stimulus check, and I have been making 6 figures a month, every month, consistently since January of 2021. I started my business in July of 2020. Within 6 months, I need you guys to comment 2 words. Comment, it's possible. Comment, it's possible. Comment, it's possible. You can absolutely repeat this process and do it. What I'm teaching you works. What I'm teaching you works. I did it myself, so I can put you in position to do it too. And that's exactly what this Financial Freedom Summit is about. It's possible, y'all, and I just can't wait for you guys to get in the room. So like I said, it's getting down to the wire because the summit is almost sold out. We have 11 days until it starts, and I think we might have a little less than 90 seats left. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to give you guys a little discount today. Comment, drop the price in the comments if I should drop the price right now. So for all 6 days that we spend together in the summit, the regular price of the summit is $597, which is less than $100 a day. And for all the bonuses that you get, it's completely worth that price, but $97. And y'all know I'm about to have a baby, so I could use that $200. No, I'm just playing. But I'm gonna drop the price because I wanna make sure that you have access. I wanna make sure that there's no excuses, and I wanna make sure that you get every single one of these bonuses that I have to offer you. So all you have to do is show up. You are getting over 10 bonuses, including the business plan template, the lender's list, the pitch deck template, investor template. You're getting my passive income course, my marketing template. You're getting 1,000 ChatGPT prompts. And the best bonus of all, in my opinion, is the fact that you are getting my digital product done for you bundle. So if you are someone who wants to add in digital products to your business, which all of you should, because that's going to be the main thing that gets you to 6 and 7 figures, I am giving you my full done for you bundle, which includes all the digital products, all the digital marketing strategies that you can literally white label. They're already white labeled for you, and you keep 100% of the profits. So when you come to the challenge, immediately upon graduating at the end of those 6 days, you are in position to start selling in your business right away. I don't want you losing time trying to figure out how you're going to create your digital marketing strategy. I don't want you losing time trying to figure out what websites. I don't want you losing time trying to design this digital products yourself. I'm giving you everything like a little Ellie business in a box, and then you get to start making money right away and keep 100% of the profits. So it's time for you to get this money. Okay, I really want to set you up to win. And that's exactly what this Financial Freedom Summit is going to do. It's going to put you in position to win actually. Not just telling you what to do, but I'm also giving you the tools so you can start doing it right away in class. So the summit is virtual. Let me show you guys the date and time. So we start on Sunday the 18th in 11 days. Classes are at 5 p.m. Eastern every day online. And it's all recorded. So when you come to class, have your laptop, because you're not just coming to learn, you're coming to do. You're coming to work. Comment the word execute in the chat. When you are in this summit, I want you to, over 2,500 people have graduated from this challenge already, and they all left with things completed. This is why they're all making more money right now, and you're next. So you're coming to execute. You're coming to do the work. So if I'm dropping this price $200, I want to make sure that you are committed and believe that this is your year to actually achieve financial freedom. All right. So I'm dropping this price for the next 10 people. This bonus is available for the next 10 people. And let me show you where to get it right now before they're all gone. Now, one great thing about it is I offer Afterpay and Klarna and etc. So what you're going to do, guys, I dropped the link in the chat for y'all on YouTube. On Instagram, you're going to go to my Instagram profile really quick. And again, y'all, we got a lot of people on YouTube too, so don't let them take your spot, okay? All of you guys on Instagram. You're going to click on this link in my bio. Boom. And you're going to join the challenge. As you can see, I lowered the price as promised. You can read all about the bonuses you're getting here. The done for you bonuses here. It's only for the next 10 people. You're going to click secure my seat. And boom, you're going to check out. Now, you can split your payment as necessary using Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna. All that I say is make sure you put your email address correctly, because of the fact that this is a tax write-off. So you are going to get your receipt, and you're able to write this off of your taxes. So basically, when you invest in yourself, it's free because you're going to write this off later. So put your email correctly, split that. Make sure you input everything. And if you are someone that likes to use Klarna, you can absolutely use that as well. But do yourself the favor and make this your opportunity here in this Black History Month. Make this your time to commit to yourself for these 5 and 6 days to advancing and building wealth, to becoming financially free. I want you all to achieve what I've achieved. And I want you to do it even faster than I did. I didn't have a me when I started my business, but I went and became who I felt I needed at that time. So I really hope that you all feel that you can trust me with helping to get you to your business goals, because that's what I'm here to do. I've done it with thousands of students, and you're next. And y'all need to do this before I go on maternity leave. Because once I have this baby, you might not see me till 2025, okay? So that's why I'm like, we got to get you financially free right now. Because I'm about to be out of here. All right, y'all. Okay, so already 5 of you guys have gotten your seats. Congratulations. That means we have 5 left who are still going to get the same price and are going to get that done for you bonus plus all the other bonuses. Click on this link on my profile. Get the challenge ticket. Boom, secure your seats. And you're going to get all those. Yes. YouTube, I'm so your seat as well. So when you guys come to the summit, you are going to learn how to make 6 figures in sales with your digital products. You are going to learn how to secure $50,000 and more in funding. And you are going to learn how to generate $50,000 in passive income. I'm going to walk it through step by step. You're going to see the numbers. You're going to strategies so that you can literally graduate from this program and start to make it happen yourself. Allow you to let another year go by without you. Yes. All right, you guys, we have 4 left. Let me give you guys a second here. Yes, hey, Truth. Congratulations to you for getting your seat in the challenge. I'm not going to read out Charles' emails, but congratulations to you as well for getting your seat in the challenge. You are committed to your financial freedom this year. You are committed. Okay, you guys, so here's what we're going to do. I actually do need to hop off, but I'm going to keep my word and still give you guys access to this early bird price as well as this bonus, okay? So what I want you guys to do is send me a DM right now with the word summit, okay? If you're on YouTube, DM me on Instagram. Those of you on Instagram, send me a DM right now with the word summit or the word challenge. Let me know that you are in my live today, and I will make sure that we still give you access to the discounted price and to the bonus, okay? Go ahead and DM me. Like I said, we're only 10 days away from this summit starting. You do not want to miss it. You need to get in the room. So send me a DM with the word challenge. I will make sure that my team still gives you guys the right price and the bonus so that you can secure your seat. All right? Send me a DM right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. We went over some really great topics. And also don't hesitate to pop into my stories and ask me any other business questions you have. I will answer them on the next live, okay? Send me a DM right now, secure your seat, and I will see you guys in our 5-day financial freedom challenge. Bye, you guys. YouTube, secure your seat. Don't forget to DM me, okay? Because I don't want you guys to miss out on your seat. Mama Bear, I will make sure that I keep that price up for you so that you can still get the bonus, all right? But I want you to go to the site and do it as soon as you can because it really will expire, y'all. These seats will sell out, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys get it, and I'm so excited. Love y'all. I'll see you in the summit.